Hey everyone, Happy New Year's. So I have a huge floche braid sale since it's one of my goals for this year. So like maybe 7 or 8 years ago, I had this big old sewing room. It was like 1,000 square feet, had a full-on bathroom, little kitchenette space. It needed to be renovated, but that's kind of what Charlie and I do. So we buy fixer-uppers and we renovate, and then we, for some reason, have kept doing that over the years. But anyway, so I had this massive sewing space maybe like 7 or 8 years ago, and that New Year's Day I happened to be going to Home Depot to buy some paint to, paint my sewing space. And I remember the lady that was the cashier, she was older and just as sweet as can be, and I remember she was, ringing me up and said, "Oh, you're going to be painting all year long." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "It's New Year's Day. Whatever you do on New Year's Day is what you'll be doing all year long." And I thought it was just kind of like, that's a strange, like, superstition, and I went about my business. Well, I filed that away, and every year since, it's like, there's a little bit of truth to it. So Charlie, okay, so we've been self-employed for, I know, about 2-3 years, I guess now. And the year, he used to do sawmilling for people, and that New Year's Day, he sawmilled. Like, business was not picking up, okay? But that New Year's Day, he sawmilled, just happened to be sawmilling, and the whole rest of the year, business for sawmilling started picking up. And we've had some other instances of this for New Year's Day. So like this last year, 2020, because we had 2 successful businesses, we actually sold one, and we were doing great with the renovations, and like we were actually starting to have positive cash flow and just doing really well with things as far as being newly self-employed. We were like, let's just take the day off. It's New Year's Day. You haven't taken it, we've all been working really hard, right? Because when he is out working, I'm home with the kids by myself, and let's just take New Year's Day as a family. Well, he's been home ever since. I mean, I guess ever since March, but we all know how 2020 went. I don't even want to think about it. So anywho, not that I'm superstitious, but it can't hurt. One of my goals for 2021 are these floche braids. I absolutely love them. There's so many different color combinations. I'm going to be doing a subscription here soon, and I have a huge sale. So it's 20% off, and with anything on my website, $20 purchase for anybody that lives in the United States is free shipping, qualifies for free shipping. So right now there's no code needed, no minimum requirement, no nothing like that. Just buy some floche braids, enjoy them, 20% off, and I love them. They're so delicious, and I used to think you couldn't smock with floche, but you absolutely can. I used to think that it was too fragile for it, and so over time of wear and tear, it would kind of like break down the fiber. But thankfully, my 4-year-old Audrey, I made her that fall leaf dress this last season, and she took that thing out. Sorry, it's the afternoon and we're kind of getting cranky. We've been cooped up inside all day since it's been a pouring rain out. We've got that whole northeast. We were in the middle of all of that, all of those storms. Anywho, so yeah, she took that sucker outside and played in that corduroy dress until, she hasn't actually worn a hole through the corduroy, but she has done a number on that dress, and the floche looks just fine. So I'm happy to retract my statement that you can smock with floche, and I've seen other people's projects with floche, and they are absolutely beautiful. I've started smocking with floche myself, and it's yummy, yummy goodness. So you can do a number of things. I love shadow smocking with floche. I've done a number of projects with that, and I think it takes the cake when it comes to shadow smocking, since it does have a soft, it just spreads. It's just a soft fiber, so it has a spreadability to it, and it really does coverage really well for shadow smocking. Anywho, I have a lot of varieties of them, so go to my website and check them out. I hope everybody's enjoying their New Year's. That's what the day is, their New Year's, and I really, for the whole world, I hope that 2021 brings everybody healing and happiness and unity. Anywho, I appreciate y'all for watching, and I hope to catch y'all next time.